Hello, everyone, and welcome back to That's It with Cheryl. So, breaking news, a lot of things that I want to cover, and I'm just going to dive right in. I'm not going to waste your time. So, we're just going to go and talk about it now. What's happening in Los Angeles, the Palisades fires. Oh my gosh. It's just unbelievable of the fires that's just blazing, burning homes, vehicles. A lot of people are evacuating, so please set out prayers for everyone that left. Some people are staying, which I don't understand why, when Governor Newsom, whatever his name is, and fire departments and law enforcement are telling people to evacuate because this is like the biggest fire in history, they're saying, in California. And it's just horrific. When I say horrific, horrific. And I've been seeing videos on TikTok. I watched the news briefly about it. It's just heartbreaking, pardon me, and very sad. There's very sad that, nearly 95 seniors had to evacuate from their homes. 30,000 people had to evacuate and leave their homes, and whatever they had, like, that's it. That's all they had, and then they left. They flee. And it's just incredible, and it's just sad. Like, I'd never seen a wildfire like that. You see it in movies, and you hear about it in certain areas in California, but this one is the worst, and in that area. And my heart just breaks. So I just don't understand why people are staying. Like, listen, you have one life to live. Your home, your cars, that's replaceable, not your life. It's just very unfathomable that people actually stay. Some of them stayed, and it's just crazy, which I will show you footage. And that two men with their dogs stayed, and the video that TMZ recorded, I don't know, yeah, not recorded, but the people who stayed, the two gentlemen, recorded the whole flaming fire around their house, and I guess they sent it to TMZ. I don't know how TMZ got it, but it's just incredible. And also, I want to share a footage with you guys also that two people were leaving their homes with their horses because they didn't want their horses, to burn to death. And you had this news reporter in their face while they're trying to flee and remove themselves from the fire. And it's like, I don't understand why they think that it's okay to do an interview while people are leaving, trying to evacuate when there's fire around. And I'm going to show you a footage of that. It's just ridiculous. If that was me trying to get away from the fire, I would tell the news reporter, get out of my face. Like, you should be helping people or telling, the people that's watching, like, send more help, send, firefighters that they're working their asses off and trying to save people and try to put out the fire. If people are still stranding out there, instead of like interviewing people who's trying to leave and trying to, like, get away from, the fire and everything. It's just unbelievable how some news reporters, it's all about, doing a report instead of like trying to help people and see if anyone is stranded, like animals or whatever. And it's like, I don't understand that. And I get it. They have a job to do, but come on, this is like get serious here. People are like fleeing. People are trying to run from their lives from this fire. And then you're trying to do an interview with someone. So I'm going to share that with you guys of this footage. So here we go.
Here that one home is on fire, and right over here, Joab, you can see more people coming with their horses. They're trying to rescue their animals. Can you imagine
Yeah, can you imagine someone in your face
flying everywhere?
while they're trying to rescue their horses and trying to flee from this
Hi there. How many more horses do you have?
fires?
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out. Yeah.
Are any homes out there on fire?
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn, get my horses out, and get the rest of these guys out. But I'm just gonna let them burn.
There's a bunch in there still. How many more? Yeah, we don't know. I don't know how many. How many did you let out?
Pause. Now, like I said, I would have told that reporter, get the heck out of my face. I'm trying to flee. I'm trying to, like, get away. Okay? Like, there's fire. There's, oh my gosh, like, I don't need to be interviewed. Like, what the hell? Like, again, this is just so ridiculous.
About 12. Are there more people out there right now?
So the woman's telling the reporter there's other people out there, like 12. Now, instead of like putting the microphone in this woman's face while she's trying to get away from the brush fires, okay, why don't you be telling the reporter, I'm saying this too, why don't you be calling some law enforcement or someone to help other people instead of like interviewing someone? And again, I get it, you have a job to do, but like, this is not the time. This is not the time and the place to do that. Okay. So there you have it. So unbelievable, incredible. I'm happy and grateful those two got out with their horses. You know, they try to save themselves and their horses as much as they can. So I'm glad that they got out. But again, a lot of people stayed, and I just don't understand why some of these people stayed when they've been told that they had to evacuate. Like, this is like a really serious thing. Like, this is serious. Like, this is like all over the news, all over social media. This is a serious thing. And it just fathoms me that I don't understand why people stay in their homes. I feel like that's just being selfish, that you putting firefighters and police department, their lives in risk to rescue you when they may not be a possibility they can get to you. You understand? It's just very selfish on their part when people decide to stay. It's like, I don't understand that. Like, take what you need to take and then just leave. Your house will be rebuilt, not your life. And I just don't understand why people decide to stay. Oh, I don't have no place to go. There's shelters, there's other places that you can go to figure it out. Is your life and your home is more important, and that you would stay, that you would think that someone will come and rescue you, especially if it's really that bad, and it is bad. It's bad to the point that celebrity Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, and everyone don't know who they are. They're reality TV shows from the hills. They flee, and their house got burned down. It's just crazy, okay? And they live in that area in the Palisades, and their neighborhoods, their houses got burned down to the crisp, okay? They had footage on their security camera that they saw on their phones. Their children's bedroom burned. Their backyard burned. It's just crazy. And they left, and there's other celebrities that seen, the smoke and then the fire. James Wood, he captured it, put it on his social media, among other celebrities too that was near the area. And it's crazy. This is a really serious thing. It's life-threatening, and people are just staying in their homes thinking that it's just going to go away. No, it's getting worse, okay? It's going to continue to get worse before it gets better. And I want to show you this footage of these two men and their dog. They stayed, and again, it's just selfish on their part for them to stay, and then firefighters and other, rescue team may not get to them if the situation gets worse. And I hope and pray that nothing happened to them, because it seemed like everything's okay, because they captured this video of the flaming fires in their backyard, which I'm going to share with you guys. And it's just incredible. Oops, let's just get rid of this. And I'm sorry, guys. You just have to love technology. You would think that I have everything good. There we go. See? Thank you, Jesus. This is how wonderful God is. So good. But anyway, let's play this footage. Now, as you can see, this is the two men's backyard. gulf of flames. Incredible. Incredible.
Just be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay. Don't worry about that, dude. Okay.
Incredible. That's insane, you guys. It seemed like they're trying to put the flames out because I saw some water.
So, where's the gas? Outside? Okay, the gas is off right now.
Okay, pause. Thank God the gas is off, because imagine if the gas wasn't off, kabooey, psh, they would have been dead. But God is good, and they turned off the gas. It seemed like there was, water was going into the flames. So I hope and pray these two men and their dog are okay and they're safe. And you have to listen to authorities when there's a natural disaster going on. And when they say evacuate, evacuate, okay? Because this is a serious thing. Like, whatever you lose, you lose. Your life you cannot come back from, especially from this natural disaster. You can't, Your dogs are not replaceable. Your life is not replaceable. But other materialistic stuff, they are replaceable. So again, I hope and pray for all the people that's still there, that's evacuating. My heart goes out to them, and I just pray that they get safety where they can. And I just pray that this fire just goes away and people can just return to their home and what's left of it. So again, let's pray for the people in California. Moving on. So I've been hearing this talk about Allison Holker. Hopefully I said her last name correctly. She is the widow of Stephen Twitch. If anyone don't know who he is, he worked with Ellen DeGeneres show. He was from Step Up, the movies. This other show, So You Think You Can Dance. And I really loved his personality. I never met him, but I seen him on screen and seemed like a very good man. And I seen him perform with his wife on Instagram and TikTok and his beautiful children. And obviously, as you know, that he committed suicide back in 2002? 2022. If I'm saying it right. Yeah, 2022. And it's been 3 years, you guys. It's been 3 years. And now the widow, Allison, is speaking about her husband's death. And she's doing a memoir, a book. And I just don't understand. It's been 3 years, and I get it. People have to deal with grief and mourn and process everything. But why now? Like, why talk about it and do an interview in People's Magazine and do a book about your late dead husband who committed suicide? That part I just don't understand, and I just don't get. And let me just pull this up. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So I just don't understand why she would do that. Just put that up. Perfect. I just don't understand why she's doing it. Is she's doing it just to get money out of it? Is she doing it just to, I don't know. She's been getting a lot of backlash in regards to this, and I just wanted to give my thoughts about this. Listen, when things happen like this, especially her situation when her husband committed suicide, she didn't know what happened. She didn't know how this occurred until, when she was prepping his funeral, and then she was finding a suit for him, and she came across a box of his journals that he'd been struggling throughout the years, which she was not aware of. And she was married to him for a very long time, and she had no clue what was going on in his head and the things that he was going through inside. And he just he didn't show it. He didn't want people to know or burden anyone the pain and the suffering that he was going through. So he wrote a journal saying that he was molested, or as a child he was dealing with depression, addiction. You know, he was abused as a child and everything. And I don't know. I just feel like you don't air your dirty laundry. Like, you just don't. You keep certain things personal, especially he's not here to defend himself. And you have to, and I just feel like she was just being selfish on her part. She was not thinking about his family. You know what I mean? Especially saying these allegations. And even though he written it in his journal, but he's not here to defend himself, you know, that he was abused as a child and all this stuff. And I just feel like, you know, you should talk to the family and get their input. But then you didn't do that. And according to People Magazine and among other people, you had your mother-in-law sign an NDA for her not to say anything. But then you go to People's Magazine and you go and publish a book and speak about your late dead husband, about the things that he went through and the suicide attempt, the addiction and everything. And I just feel like that's very selfish of you to do that. Like, I just feel like she was not thinking about herself. I feel like she was just thinking about trying to get paid, trying to be recognized, trying to get some type of knowledge, because, you know, she hasn't been out in the media for a very long time since the passing of her husband. And my thing is, she's not thinking about her 3 children. You know what I mean? Like, her 3 children is going to hear this, listen to this. It's going to be in the media for a very long time. And I just feel like that's very selfish on her part. You know, things should be left private. Things should not be out there in the media to expose, especially certain, you know, very dedicated, what's the word? Not dedicated, delicate. Yes, that's the word, delicate. And that's one thing if you want to talk about awareness of mental health and drug addiction, okay. But to air like certain dirty laundries about your husband, that's wrong. That's wrong and selfish. And then those are your children's father, and they're going to hear about it later on. And I just feel like that's just not right. I feel like that's just wrong and selfish on her part. And now it's too late. Now the whole world is going to know, including his family members, and his family members speaking out, the brother, the mother, and rightfully so. I know I would. And God forbid something happens to my family members, I'm not going to air their dirty laundry, especially they're not there to defend themselves. It's just not right. I feel like certain things should be kept private with your significant other. I don't feel like it should be aired out for people to judge or to give their input. And she had 3 years. Like, why now? Like, 3 years, you did not say anything, not a word. And now you're trying to be relevant and say something now and do a book and then do an interview on People Magazine. It's just selfish. It's just despicable and disgusting. And I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's just wrong in her part to do that. But let me know your thoughts in regards to this. Is she right for doing this, or she is just wrong for like airing her husband's dirty laundry? And obviously he kept it a secret for a reason. Maybe he didn't trust you because you would do something like this now and it's 2025. And maybe he just didn't want to burden with anyone. And for you to just bring it out there and tell the whole world his struggles and what he went through, and he's not there to defend himself, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's something that should have kept between you and him. And then later on in the future, when your children are an adult, then you can talk about it, or at least talk to your family member, his parents, about it first. But no, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. So I just feel like she was wrong in her part. I feel like she was very selfish. She didn't really think about herself. I feel like she was just thinking about the money because she's just trying to make herself irrelevant now. And because she wasn't 3 years ago, she was just like MIA, gone. She was not in social media, rightfully so, because of the passing of her husband. I don't know. I just feel like it's just wrong. I feel like things should be kept private and should not be for the public. There's certain things for the public and there's certain things not for the public. And when it comes to family situation and family dynamic, it should be kept private. Point blank, period. Unless you discuss it with other family members and get their inputs and their thoughts. And especially your children. I don't know if she discussed it with her children. I'm not there. I don't know, but that to me, that's just wrong. And again, let me know your thoughts and opinions about it. And that's all I'm going to say about that note. So thank you so much for watching. That's it with Cheryl. I really appreciate you all. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.